What's up, everybody? Thanks so much for joining me on another episode of In the Pink. And if you are not familiar with what that term means, that is a term coined way back in the 1500s, before pink was even a color. And it had to do with wishing someone their optimum health and happiness. So this week we are going to talk about gut health, and we are filling in that blank with exercise. But as always, we're always going to start out with the what we know. So my first what we know, we assume that people are on the exercise train because they want to lose weight or they need to lose weight. But that is not often the case. Exercise has more than just physical benefits, it also has mental benefits. And my second what we know, we also know body weight is really not a true indicator of fitness. People with similar body mass indexes, or this BMI number that people throw around, can have very different abilities when it comes to physical fitness levels. And my next what we know, we also know it's pretty common knowledge that those out there who are physically fit, who are moving their bodies on a regular and consistent basis, are healthier and have a much less risk of developing chronic disease, no matter what their weight is. And my last what we know, regular exercise increases our gut microbial diversity. Not kidding. Exercise actually encourages our gut flora to flourish. All right, I want to start with a little story time here because this is how this video developed. Have a friend who was kind of, I won't say shaming me, but challenging me to help to understand what it's like to be overweight and feel this pressure of starting an exercise routine. Maybe intimidation, part of that, maybe not knowing where to start, part of that, or just being like, Kelly, you are fit. You don't understand what it's like to be me. And I thought on that, and I didn't think much of it to start. So here was the challenge. I took 25 pounds of weight and I strapped it to my body. And I went out for my normal 5-mile walk like I do every day. And let me tell you, I did not make my 5-mile walk that day. I won't even tell you how far I made it because it was miserable. And I have a much better appreciation and understanding now for when people tell me, hey, I can't walk from point A to point B because it hurts. So yes, it was pretty humorous, but honestly, it was a good thing for me to do. And I tell you what, losing that 25 pounds was remarkable. All right, it's time to move on. Let's move on to the gut's role in all this. Well, we're gonna tackle this portion with some case in points. So the first case in point I'm going to touch on here was a study done in 2018 on a group of adults, about 32 of them, that did not exercise on a regular basis at all. Half of these folks were obese, half of these folks were normal weight. Now, both of these groups were assigned to start working out, slow at first, increasing the activity level as the weeks went on over these 6 weeks. Now, the researchers did not adjust any of these people's eating habits. All that stayed the same. The only difference was the exercise. And then after that 6 weeks of exercise, they were asked not to exercise for an additional 6 weeks. And then the researchers came in and researched. And here's what they found. Across the board, after that 6 weeks of exercise, all the participants had higher levels of short-chain fatty acids. And we know that short-chain fatty acids are really cornerstone when it comes to keeping inflammation levels low in the body and also regulating blood sugar levels. And wouldn't you know, when the researchers took some more labs after the 6 weeks of no activity, all those levels returned to the pre-study levels. All right, my second case in point. This was a study done in 2017 that just focused on women, about a group of 40 of them. And in a nutshell, the results came in showing that exercise helped improve the composition of the gut microbiome as a whole. Because it showed that these women who exercised had better levels, meaning higher levels of health-promoting bacteria. So pretty fascinating stuff. So if your goal in the exercise realm here is to lose weight, or if it's just for mental health, it's going to improve your gut microbiome, bottom line. All right, time to move on to some healthy practices. What are some things we can do on a daily basis to help improve our health picture as a whole, but in this video specifically related to exercise? So let me go back to my little experiment here. I was made well aware that you cannot strap on 25 pounds, at least for me, and just go out and walk 5 miles, okay? It was not gonna happen. I could not have gotten very far even on my bike had I strapped on those 25 pounds. It was very uncomfortable, to say the least. So if that is your case, start slow. Nobody ever said that you needed to go out and run a marathon and that was gonna be your exercise, okay? Start slow. Any movement of your body that you can do on a what? Consistent basis. Make it a lifestyle shift, a healthy habit. So the first thing, focus on cardio. I'm not saying that resistance exercise isn't important, but what I'm saying is focus on cardio first. So whether that's walking or swimming or rowing or vacuuming or raking, do you see what I'm saying? Everything counts. The second thing, consistent. Be consistent. This has to become a habit. And just like those studies showed, to keep those gut microbes proliferating as they should be when you are getting exercise, you have to be consistent. Because once you stop, all those levels go back to where they were pre-exercise. You're gonna lose the benefits that you worked for if you give it up. The third thing, get outdoors. Not only is getting outdoors good for mood boosting, it also exposes your body to other microbes that are found outdoors, increasing your gut microbiome. And the fourth thing, start small, which we kind of covered already. I'm not expecting you to run a marathon. I'm not expecting you to walk a 5K. I am expecting you to do consistent and intentional movement, exercise on a consistent and daily basis. You don't want to build injuries, you want to build a lifelong habit. So that's probably raising some questions. Well, how much exercise do I need? Valid question. And according to the American Heart Association, it should be about 150 minutes a week. So 2.5 hours. And you can break that down. You don't have to do 30 minutes at a time. Even if you can break that time up into little snippets where your body can handle it and tolerate it, that's where you start. Okay, that makes sense. Well, here's a second question. So what kind of exercise are we talking here? Another valid question. Anything counts. Any type of physical activity counts. So let's start with an easy, free one. Walking. You can walk on a flat surface if that's more comfortable for you. You could walk on an incline on a treadmill when you are ready for that. If your joints don't handle walking, how about water aerobics? How about yoga? How about a stationary bike? If you don't want to be sitting upright on a bike, they make recumbent bikes where you are leaning back and pedaling. Again, easier on your joints than weight bearing like walking or running or jogging. All right, so you kind of get the picture. And the fifth and last thing I want to cover, nutrition. Don't forget about nutrition. Nutrition, or feeding your body, is fuel for your body. And in order for your body to function at its best level, you need to fuel it well. And specifically when we're talking about exercise related to your gut and to the microbiome, you need to be fueling with foods that are going to support a healthy microbiome, which we know are a lot of fermented foods, a wide variety of fresh fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, all the things that are considered a healthy diet. All right, let's move on. Let's talk Plexus. Let's talk Plexus and how Plexus can serve a role in your healthy lifestyle. Well, we're always gonna start with the TRIPLEX. It's the cornerstone product for a reason. We have got the Slim or the Pink Drink, which tackles the 3 pillars of our health when it comes to our gut microbiome, when it comes to cellular inflammation, and when it comes to blood sugar stability. And the second thing in that TRIPLEX, the PROBIO 5, a premium probiotic because it not only has 5 strains of good probiotics in there, but it's also got an enzyme blend, some digestive enzymes that help break up candida overgrowth, creating space for more good gut bacteria to plant and thrive. And the third thing, BIOCLEANSE, an oxygenated magnesium supplement that we are desperately needing for the chemical processes in our body. But not only that, it helps provide a daily gentle cleanse so you can eliminate on a daily basis. Another thing I want to touch on today, the ease. If you do have joint pain and you do struggle from poofiness, and you have these aches and pains and these discomfort levels, either before you even start exercising or specifically after, the ease is gonna help bring those levels back into manageable levels for you. The third thing I want to touch on, the nerve, not one that we talk about a lot, but specific for nerve pain. And the nerve not only works just for nerve pain, but there are many other areas that this product is really beneficial for it. But what it does, it sets up the perfect environment for your body to regenerate nerves. And no, neither of these products are generally going to work overnight for you. It takes consistency. But with consistent use, you're going to see benefits from both the ease and the nerve. And the last thing I want to touch on today would be the greens. Getting these fermented fruits and vegetables into your diet, because what is that? It is fuel for your body. And if we fuel our body correctly, we're gonna get better performance out of your body. Am I correct? And why would that be? Because gut health is a big, big deal, you guys. All right, thanks for hanging with me till the very end. And if you are new to this Plexus train and have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm gonna list in that description box my link. Get on there, nose around, ask me some questions. Curiosity will get you on this train every time. I'm also gonna include in that description box some videos I've done in the past, some playlists, some quick links to the products that we've talked about today. I'm also going to include the current playlist in the pink right up here, so if you want to catch a couple more episodes, they'll be easy to sort through. And you just might want to join me here again next week, because what happens in the gut does not stay in the gut. It affects everything, which is going to lead into many more episodes of In the Pink.